Hello everyone, welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! Tuesday, the Tuesday where we watch Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm sorry to hear that, Ferret Lord. We're going to have a good Yu-Gi-Oh! Tuesday to help with that. We've got Bakura on the docket. 5 episodes of Bakura. We've got the Bakura versus Bones duel. We've got the Bakura versus Yugi duel. We've also got my Valentine getting in character assassinated by a guy, as usual. But, yeah. And then we're going to watch a video from Tolarian Community College about Magic the Gathering drama, because I think that'd be funny. That's what we're doing today. How we all doing? I hope we're having a nice Yu-Gi-Oh! Tuesday. I'm having a pretty good one. I will say my monitor died. One of my monitors died. I have a 3-monitor setup. 1 monitor for one computer, 2 monitors for the other computer. And the extra monitor for the other computer died. So now we're on 1 monitor setup for the streaming. So if things are a little bit more awkward than normal, that's why. I need to draw a card capture Bakura sometime. That's true. That's true. Random prof appearance. Exactly. It's going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun. But other than that, I'm pretty happy because I got a new... So my family does a fucking hand-me-down shuffle every time a new iPhone is introduced into the family. And this time around, I actually got an upgrade on my... And because I don't use iPhone, I use Android. But I do use iPhone for my VTuber tracking. And so now I have a new tracking device that works a little bit better. I also changed out which program I'm using because apparently Vignon actually recommends using VTube Studio instead of iFacial mocap. So I decided to do that, give it a shot. We'll see how it goes. I'm liking it so far. I will say one thing I really like about it is that I don't have to have a light in my face. Instead, I have the light facing away from me and like bouncing against my blackout curtain onto me. Because my blackout curtain is like tan, so it reflects a lot of the light onto me, which is nice. It basically works a little bit like one of those light umbrellas that they use sometimes in actual studios. It's like kind of a jerry-rig redneck engineering version of that. Considering I'm from the South, I guess I should go with redneck engineering rather than jerry-rig. All right, let's watch some Yu-Gi-Oh! How about we do that? What if we watched Yu-Gi-Oh? Wouldn't that be fucked up? Maybe we'll go there eventually. There we go. Where in the South are you from? North by God, Carolina. Let's take my hat off and get some Yu-Gi-Oh going. All right, let's watch the Dookie Duelist, Jean-Claude Magnum. Come on. Hello? Bonjour? Comment ça va? All right, we're going to take a quick little ad break. We'll be right back with the start of the Battle City Finals. Bakura, time to duel. All right, see you in a sec, everyone.
Fire Monster from Warner Brothers.
Oh
All right, folks, we're back. Let's get going with the next episode, episode 81. Fair play, fair duel. Just the quick flash over to Bakura eating a steak and going, not bloody enough. It's so fucking funny. It shouldn't be chopped up to turn into an ending theme, right? Next up, I'll drive.
今ここにデュエルキングの称号をかけ強豪どもが集う。
大変！フィールド魔法ダークサンクチュアリの効果で現れた怨霊が遊戯のモンスターに取り付いちゃったの。攻撃を仕掛けるたびに怨霊が遊戯のライフを削り、バクラ君のライフを回復しちゃう。そしてついにバクラ君の切り札ウィジャ版が発動。DEATH の5文字が揃った時遊戯の負けが決まっちゃうって、そんな。次回
It does, but the secret rare is extremely rare. On my YouTube channel, Zempyrean, it's a video essay about cards that were official cards made by fans. You should check it out. Real quick, we're going to take an ad break, and we'll be right back with more of the Bakura duel. See you in a sec.
On a June night in 1980, Friday the 13th, 12 counselors at Camp Crystal Lake were murdered. Why should Friday the 13th, 1981 be any different? The terror continues. Friday the 13th, Part 2, from Paramount Pictures, rated R, under 17, not admitted without parent.
Ad break over. No more ad break until an hour from now. Next up, but you know I'm on that hustle grind, so I'll always plug my videos. What is to be gained by Merrick pretending not to be Merrick? He gets. Let me show that. Let me see that one again. I love the Anzu. The Honda's a little scary. Mai's looking a little iffy. Merrick's looking crazy. I also love the anime.
遊戯がバクラ君のオカルトコンボを封じたのもつかの間、バクラ君は起死回生の一手でまたダークサンクチュアリを復活させてしまったの。ということはあとワンターンでウィジャ版のデスの5文字が揃い、遊戯の負けになっちゃう。こうなったら最後のターン、あのカードを引き、次回闇を砕け神の一撃デュエルスタート。
All right. Next up, last episode for today. Episode 84. Nani? Mine has been, ooh, I like Aqua. Aqua's good. Thank you, NAS, for your services. Now I feel left out. You gotta play Deltarune. Tomorrow. Deltarune tomorrow. All right. We're going to take a quick little ad break. I owe you $2? Why is this? Waiting for it to be done? You'll be waiting for a long time. Why do I owe you money? Kai, why do I owe you money? What is this? What's going on here? Because it's made out of cheese. What's made out of cheese? What? Huh? Anyways, we're gonna take a quick little ad break. When we get back, we're going to watch a YouTube video. It's going to be Tolarian Community College. We're watching some fun stuff. And then we'll call it there. Next Tuesday, we're going to be watching more of this. We're going to be watching more of this, another 4 episodes or more, depending on how they're grouped together. And, of course, we're going to be doing some YouTube bullshit I find. By the way, Thursday is sumo stream. I'm almost done making the video. Hopefully I'll have it done in time. But yeah, the July Basho is done, so it's time to do a sumo stream. That'll be Thursday, so make sure you're there for it. All right, we're going to take a quick little ad break. We'll be right back with some fun.
Everyone, put your hands together, and I'll mark us with a special sign.
Thanks for the raid, Hero Girls VT. Hope you had a good stream playing Final Fantasy XIV. The thunder's getting louder. Concerning. We're going to watch a little bit of YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to The Empyrean for video essays like the fan-made card. But also, I actually just got the copyright claims taken off of this video, Godzilla vs. Destroyer 30-year anniversary retrospective, which is really fucking cool. I can finally make money on this video that took me so much fucking work and hurt my wrist in a permanent way. Yay! Also, for subscribe to Batchy's Library for thoughts on the Speedroid card. It's really good. I like it a lot. All right. I think we've done enough Yu-Gi-Oh! Today, though. Let's talk about Magic the Gathering instead.
In 2018, during a major Magic the Gathering tournament, pro player Gabriel Nassif attacked, thinking his creatures were unblocked. His opponent double-blocked using a From the Vault Realms printing of Dryad Arbor, which Nassif had mistaken for a basic forest. Nassif lost his creature, setting off a major community debate about sportsmanship and deceptive card art that went on and on.
Dude. What the fuck? How does Magic get away with this shit?
And on. Chris Pikula, a famed and celebrated pro player, led a massive anti-cheating movement that, among many other reforms to the pro scene, was centered around holding cheaters accountable. Despite this, Pikula fell short of being inducted into the inaugural Magic Hall of Fame by just one vote, which sparked its own debate, made all the more endless when Magic's head of design, Mark Rosewater, not only voted for well-known cheater Mike Long to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, but even went so far as to advocate for Long's inclusion, knowing full well his long history of cheating. In April of 2020, as the world grappled with the effects of COVID, Wizards of the Coast was forced to issue an apology for releasing the then promotional card.
I made sure to get this. So I got a lot of the Godzilla cards. I don't have all of them yet still, but I made sure to get the Death Corona print of Space Godzilla because it's so fucking funny. So for those who don't know, Space Godzilla, created in 1984, I believe, has a beam weapon called the Corona Beam. That's where the Corona in Death Corona comes from. It comes from his Corona Beam that he uses to attack. Has nothing to do with the virus whatsoever. Has everything to do with the actual character itself. But with Death Corona, they added the death part. They didn't have to. With Death Corona coming in with the coronavirus.
Space Godzilla, Death Corona, and on and on. Controversy. A winning player says good game to their opponent, and drama erupts. Discourse.
That's so
Wizards
true,
of
Tristan.
the Coast sends the Pinkertons to a Magic YouTuber's house because he
the
opened
Pinkerton
product
incident.
early in his video. Hogak. Does playing with mismatched lands
Hogak,
give players
yeah.
an unfair competitive edge? Debate. The reprinting of cards in Chronicles leads to the creation of the reserve list. Oko. That guy who took all the photos of people's butt cracks at a Magic event. Fantastic. Oh, wait, we did that one. It goes without
And so did
saying
Elsie.
that there have been some stupid controversies and dumb dramas in Magic the Gathering. With an over 30-year history as a competitive hobby, it's honestly inevitable.
How's the volume, folks?
But even among
Looks
this
good on my
impressive
end.
pantheon, there are a few incidents that stick out in people's memories as, gosh, wasn't that a stupid thing to argue about? Today, I want to look at some of the most pointless,
Big Thunder,
the
goddamn.
most asinine, and the absolute dumbest dramas that have happened in Magic over the years. In other
Let's go.
words,
Let's do it.
Tolarian wins videos I wish I had made. Rimshot. Ha ha ha. Joking aside, this is meant to be a fun look at the sort of controversies in Magic that, hopefully, most people can agree were silly and humorously blown out of proportion the way we Magic the Gathering players love
Hopefully.
to do. As such, I will not be covering any controversies that might in any way be mocking, shaming, or otherwise targeting individuals, which is why we're not doing the butt crack guy. Sorry. Also, I'm of course not getting into any controversies that were actually serious, nor any controversy that resulted in harassment, hate speech, death threats, etc., etc. This is meant as a fun journey down memory lane of some silly, dumb dramas, so nothing that resulted in,
and what we're gonna do is we're gonna laugh at it from the perspective of Yu-Gi-Oh players who never had to deal with that shit. We're gonna make fun of them. So silly that Magic players had to deal with this. Ha 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 ha. And we're gonna ignore anything that we have to deal with.
Not this video. God, the fact that that can apply to multiple incidents over the years. Anyway, let's wash that taste out of our mouths with an ad. Today, I want to take 0 G a code True Try.
God, it's a long one.
On February 26th, 2021, the official Play MTG account posted the following tweet. Why are
Does he get paid a lot to make an ad that long? Because that seems like it would kill your retention, right?
Tron players the way that they are? Question. How do you
I say this a lot whenever I see MBT post something.
think many Magic the Gathering players reacted to this lighthearted attempt at corporate how do you do, fellow kids humor? If your answer was accuse Wizards of the Coast of bullying Tron players and demand an apology, you're right. For those somehow unaware, by combining Urza's Mine, Tower, and Power Plant, Tron decks are able to generate 7 colorless mana as early as turn 3, which typically gives them an overwhelming mana advantage to leverage against their hapless opponents.
By the way, it makes complete sense that MBT, the Yu-Gi-Oh player, likes the fucking 7 mana on turn 3 deck, right? Like, it just... Like, duh, right? It's just like, of course he's a fan of that.
Tron is one of the game's most storied archetypes, with a long history of dominating metagames across Standard, Legacy, Pauper, yes, the Urza lands are commons, and thus Pauper legal, and most famously, Modern. Tron decks have a reputation for being frustrating to play against, as Tron's payoffs also tend to be cards that aren't particularly fun to deal with, such as various versions of Karn and Ugin. This unfun perception, combined with the deck's pedigree of success, means
restart the game.
Players have long been subjected to many jokes and memes poking fun at them, just as control players, mono-red players, and many other types of players and decks get subjected to in a community. You think you know ridicule? Try playing Merfolk. Yo. Now, had a random member of the Magic community been the one to post this anti-Tron sentiment,
Hashtag Magic the Gathering,
no one
hashtag
would have
jokes.
batted an
Good,
eye.
yeah.
It probably would have been upvoted or whatever. But this tweet came from the official Play MTG Twitter account, and thus Play Magic officially became Twitter's punching bag for the day, with many in the community accusing Wizards of bullying their player base. And yes, this escalated to the point that Play Magic ended up having to tweet an official apology.
This is so funny. Imagine if, like, Konami Yu-Gi-Oh just fucking tweeted out, why are Cool Toon players the way that they are? Can you imagine the fucking... Can you imagine that?
Rescinding the original post. We'd like to apologize for this tweet. It was intended as a playful exchange, missed the mark. There is no wrong way to enjoy Magic. This tweet is not implicit approval to shame a fellow player for their choice of
That intern got their neck wrung for that one.
It's true that brands are not our friends, and they absolutely need to be held to a higher standard with regards to
They don't get to
public
joke with us, sorry.
But this was such a harmless sentiment that it really
Yeah, that's also
feels like
true.
a stretch
Both
to
things can be
portray it
true,
as actual,
right?
factual bullying.
Which is why it
Granted,
turned
it's
into an
absolutely
argument, because
not
both
a
things are
particularly
true.
Funny tweet, and it does indeed reek of that "how do you do, fellow kids" humor. But the fact that some unfortunate social media manager was likely called into their boss's office and told to issue an official apology to Tron players qualifies this as one of Magic's stupider controversies. And besides, if your core game plan is to cast Karn Liberated on turn 3 and start exiling people's lands, why not fully embrace being the villain? It works for all those blue-white control players. Hi everyone. In a recent video I made...
Or for me, who loves playing Storm, I love a good Storm deck.
An unfair comment about blue-white control players being villains. This was wrong, and I accept full responsibility for my words.
Fuck, he's
I
so
can
good.
And will do better in the future.
He's so
Our
good.
next controversy involves, of all things, otters. Otters have long been a
No,
fan-favorite
not Storm.
creature type among Magic players. And this love goes back much further than the presence of otters in Magic altogether. In fact, it wasn't until 2020's Ikoria, ironically the set that gave us Death Corona on a card, that Magic would receive its first otter, despite years of fans clamoring for their inclusion in the game. Needless to say, animal lovers everywhere were excited to add an extra layer of cuteness to their decks. But
Okay.
Lutri, the Spell Chaser, wasn't just
Fuck, no, they are going after Storm players. God damn it.
exciting because it was an otter. It also seemed like an absolutely broken card for Commander, and that is because it was. Lutri was one of Ikoria's 10 companions. Creatures who start the game in a separate zone, similar to the command zone, and can be cast from that zone on any turn of the game. Furthermore, each companion came with a deck building restriction, ranging from rather lenient to incredibly strict. Lutri's restriction simply requires players to play no more than one copy of each non-land card in their deck, which you may note is how Commander works already.
What? Wait, what? You're allowed to use this companion card in your commander deck if you are playing a commander deck. What?
And thus, this lack of any real restriction pushed Lutri over the line from exciting to egregious. Every single Izzet deck in the format, literally every one, could play Lutri with absolutely no trade-off whatsoever, thanks to the way Companion works. It wouldn't even cost you a slot in the main deck. Letting this subset of decks essentially play a second commander for free is an extreme and obvious balance issue, and one that absolutely could not be allowed to exist in the format. So what did Wizards of the Coast do? Well, they designed Lutri for starters, and somehow seemed oblivious to the most basic and defining rule of their most popular format. And what did they do next? Well, not much. For most of the format's history, Commander's banned and restricted list was managed by an external rules committee, completely unaffiliated with Wizards of the Coast, and comprised entirely of volunteer players. For Wizards themselves to take action on Lutri would exceed their own authority and step on the rules committee's toes. Or perhaps more cynically, they just didn't want to deal with the inevitable blowback they knew messing with the already beloved otter would cause. And thus they passed the buck, or otter. And so the onus was on the rules committee to take action. And they did. Just 2 weeks prior to Ikoria's release, Sheldon Menery was forced to announce that yes, Lutri was being pre-banned from the format. Players were immediately up in arms. How? How could you ban Lutri from Commander? Have you seen the artwork? And it literally has the Commander words on it. But because it was the RC that had to make the decision, it was the RC
That's so
who faced
funny.
all the community outrage. As far as I
Why did they make a restriction on it that's not a restriction? That's crazy to me. Why did they make a restriction on it that's just not a restriction?
am concerned, if there's any real blame to be assigned here, it should fall squarely upon Wizards of the Coast for designing a card that would be
It's a restriction for 60 card. Can you use the companion keyword in 60 card? I thought the companion's keyword... Oh, really? Okay. I thought it was strictly for commander. Okay, so I'm misunderstanding that part of the mechanic. Okay. That makes sense then. Oh, shit. Tornado warning. Great. Awesome. Let's keep watching this video, apparently.
obviously
Boise.
broken in Commander, and then letting a group of volunteer
Goes in the sideboard for
players
60 card.
take
Oh,
the brunt
okay.
of blame
Interesting.
for its necessary banning. In fact, it wasn't just Lutri that was broken on arrival. The entire companion mechanic is infamously
What is it again?
unbalanced.
Tornado
So
warning
much
means
so that
you're
Wizards
in
would
danger.
eventually
Tornado,
break their
or means you're not
moratorium
immediately
on
in danger.
functional
Tornado
errata and
watch,
change the
or is it the other way
entire
around?
mechanic, now requiring an upfront payment of 3 mana to add your companion to your hand. And even this change wasn't enough. Multiple cards with companion have been banned across multiple formats, with Luris of the Dream Den being so broken that it was even temporarily banned in Vintage. Not restricted, banned. But even ignoring all of that, even if you want to grant them a bit of leeway on the mechanic itself, which I don't, but that's another video, it should have been incredibly obvious that a free roll companion is simply not something that should have been allowed to exist in the Commander format. It's too free to include for too many decks and creates obvious color imbalance issues in a format where those shouldn't really exist. Wizards of the Coast could have taken any number of steps to avoid this issue.
Warning's a
Changing
bad
the
one,
card,
apparently.
Printing it as a regular legendary and not as a companion, or simply banning companions in Commander altogether, which a man can dream. A man can dream. But instead, they let the burden fall upon the Rules Committee, leaving them to take the fall for WotC's own mistake. What's especially frustrating about the endless upset that was caused by the pre-banning of Lutri was that when the card was recently given the special distinction of being banned as companion but legal as commander, it ended up not being an issue whatsoever. Just because Wizards of the Coast makes the best damn game in the world doesn't mean design confusion doesn't happen, but it should be them who are responsible
Well, there's
for
also
cleaning up
Yu-Gi-Oh. You
their
forgot
own
about Yu-Gi-Oh?
mistakes and responding to public criticism, not a group of unpaid volunteers. What a dumb drama, all over an adorable otter. The Great Designer Search 3 was a design contest held in 2018 with the goal of finding the next member of Wizards R&D. Over 3,000 people participated in the rigorous multi-stage examination, but it was one of the earliest stages that ended up creating a firestorm of controversy. After the initial application round, which consisted of a series of short essay questions, there was a 75-question multiple-choice examination. Participants who answered at least 73 of the questions correctly would be admitted to the next stage. This is a harsh cutoff. And
I'm trying to
only
find
94
information on it,
people
Ferret
wound
Lord,
up advancing,
so I can
but
make
it
sure
was
it's
this
actually
exam that
in
would
my
end up
area
overshadowing
and not
the entire rest of the process,
a
thanks
fake
to
out.
a single baffling question. If you are unfamiliar with this controversy, try doing the question yourself right now. The question was as follows. We try to avoid making two-color cards where the card could be done as a monocolor card in only one of the two colors. Given that, suppose you
pretty
have a
wide
two-color
area, it's
4/4
saying.
creature with flying and vigilance and no other abilities. What of the following color combinations would be the best choice for this card? A, white-blue, B, white-black, C, green-white, D, blue-black, or E, black-green. One answer jumps off the page here, white-blue. At the time, there had already been multiple Azurius creatures with flying and vigilance, and it's certainly a combination of keywords that feels Azurius. So this question seems like a no-brainer, right? Well, wrong, because the intended answer was actually black-green. Here was Mark Rosewater's explanation as to why. Flying is primarily in white and blue and secondary in black. Vigilance is primary in white and secondary in green. As both abilities can be done in mono-white, we don't want to use white in this card. That means white-blue, white-black, and green-white are out. Blue-black can't use vigilance, meaning E, black-green, is
All right. I'm just going to go ahead and call stream here because the storm is getting louder, and this part of the video, I can't get hard for this part. All right. I'm going to go hide in the bathroom, I guess. See you Thursday, hopefully? Hopefully. All right. Thanks for coming out. Exclamation point, socials. Because I'm worried the power might go out too, and that will just end the stream right there. I'd rather just get the stream done with this, right? So there's 2 reasons to do it right now. Don't forget to go to the website to find all the places you can find me. Let's find someone to raid. Let's raid Hardleg. Not think about it. Just get it done. All right. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hopefully I'll have my monitor fixed next time, so I'll be a little less eyes all over the place. And hopefully the tornado won't destroy anything too important, if there's actually a tornado. See you next time. Bye-bye, folks. Bye-bye.